Hey everybody, Cam C here from the home office in Montreal. On July 17th, we tragically lost F1 driver Jules Bianchi about 9 months after he had suffered his accident at the Japanese Grand Prix on October 5th, 2014. And this was the first driver fatality in over 20 years in Formula One since Roland Ratzenberger and Ayrton Senna were killed at the San Marino Grand Prix in 1994. And it ended the safest period that we've had in Formula One, the longest time we've gone without a driver fatality. And so when I thought about that, 20 years is such a long time that there's probably an entire generation of Formula One fans out there, people who began watching Formula One during this time, who grew to love Formula One during this time, who have never experienced the feelings they may be feeling right now. They may be questioning why they love the sport when drivers are dying. They may be having anxiety when the cars go out on track, worried about what could happen. And I thought back to 1994, and that's exactly how it was back then. Um, and people forget a lot of the other tragedies that went on around the two main tragedies to Ratzenberger um, and Senna. Before the season even started, JJ Leto had an accident in testing and missed the first two races, the Brazilian Grand Prix and the Pacific Grand Prix. Then Jean Alesi had an accident and missed two races, the Pacific Grand Prix and the San Marino Grand Prix, due to injury. Then, of course, at San Marino, we had Rubens Barrichello on Friday have a horrible accident and need to be saved on track. Then we had Ratzenberger on Saturday and Senna on Sunday. Now, also during the race, don't forget that there was an accident at the beginning, and Pedro Lamy and JJ Leto hit debris, and debris went into the crowd, and it hurt 5 people. And then during the race, I think it was Michele Alboretto's car lost a tire, and it injured some mechanics in the pit lane. Then at the very next race, Karl Wendlinger had a big accident in Monaco at the Nouvelle Chicane and was in a coma for a short time, and he missed the rest of the season. And when he came back, really was never the same racer he was again. Then after Monaco, Pedro Lamy had a big testing accident at Silverstone, and he missed the rest of the season. And his car went over the barriers and into what would have been a spectator area had it been a normal Formula One weekend. Then at the next race, the Simtech team who had lost Roland Ratzenberger had Andrea Montermini have a big accident. And he was injured and missed the rest of the season as well. So it was every time the cars were going out on track, somebody was getting horribly injured. And it was a very anxious time. I questioned why I was watching the sport. I had anxiety every time the cars went out. I was worried, questioning and wondering who was it going to be that would be injured this time. Well, eventually the accident stopped. Safety measures were strengthened, and Formula One became the relatively safe sport it is. And for those of you who have experienced this for the first time, who may be questioning the sport because of Bianchi's tragedy, who may be having anxiety anytime a car goes off track or has an accident, rest assured that it does stop, that Formula One is very safe, and we're sure that any safety measures that are brought about because of what happened to Jules Bianchi will only help the sport. And you'll be able to watch again with confidence that it is safe and without any anxiety.